For sure. And it wouldn't be the DB network if we're not talking about the DBs, man. You got, I'm a huge fan of DJ Reed's technique.
Yes,
Everyone loves
sir.
Sauce. So you got two of the top guys in the league that you're on the field with. You're competing with, competing next to. So take us through just from a DB coach, like what are the standards? What are they teaching? What are some of the things that they are asking from a DB perspective, whether it's technique, whether it's the IQ level they want you at. Take me through what it was like being a DB for the Jets.
It was amazing. It was wonderful. Shout out to them dudes. It was nothing but love from the moment I stepped in there. It was nothing but love. So, I want to start. Effort. That's something you should never have to coach or anything like that. That's one thing that should always be given. And I will say that that's one thing that makes Sauce Gardner so great. And I was able to definitely witness that like firsthand in person. And he has amazing skills and amazing talent, definitely. But what really separates him apart is is his uh his effort and intensity from the moment he sees that the receivers at the end of the break till the end of the play. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen him so many times where the receiver break and he 3-4 yards away from him and he get out his break and he's hauling to him. I'm talking about hauling and then go breaks up the pass and I'm over here thinking like, dang, most dudes get out they break and they kind of burst right to the receiver but slow down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not so you don't PI him or have to hit him or anything like that. But nah, he's so I definitely say like that's how a majority and a lot of his plays are being made. I'm like, dang, like, and it's second nature to him. That get out the break, drive fast as you can. So I definitely say that's something big there. Just effort driving in out of the break and just having confidence at all times and in all of your techniques, all of your coverages, being able to consistently do them over and over again to the point where it's second nature and you don't have to think about it.
So I'll tell you this. You know the funny thing is, Nehemiah and I had the same coach.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Hey, so T.O. was the assistant DB coach for the New Orleans Saints when the Saints won the Super Bowl, and I was there for that period of time. That's why it's really cool, man. T.O.'s the DB coach for the Jets.
It was amazing, man. I love To. Loved having him as a coach, and I'm not just here saying that because again, he was my coach. Like seriously, even outside of football, like genuinely, like he was a cool guy. A cool guy. So, yeah, definitely. Um, press technique. Uh, I still remember To because when we went to the rookie mini camp, he'd be like, "It's just like a little rap. Nose outside eye, yard and a half off. Nose outside." So he just always make like this little it's like a little romp phrase to his technique. Um, but pretty much the technique doesn't necessarily change. It's pretty much really alignment and pure step kick stepping. You know what I'm saying? It's really just your alignment, um, and then playing within the scheme of the defense. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like, oh, you can't play like this or you can't play like that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? You need to make the plays. Um, but definitely there is like a base technique on how you should definitely do things. But I feel like everything really just comes down to the overall situation and the scheme and what we're trying to do that week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah, I like that. And
Based
I
off
like
what the receivers do too. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. And it's like and that's one thing, in the DB mastery program, we got five different ways to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? To do the
Mm-hmm.
exact same thing. Find what works for you. Um, but I will always say the one thing that kind of that I don't think people understand is range. So, when I talk about press, it's like boxing. You got to know when you can touch a guy, when you can't touch a guy. So that yard and a half, like people really got to hear it. Like your yard and a half might be 2 yards, depending if you're a long guy. Your yard and a half might be, you know, being at the a yard plus maybe a couple inches. So range,
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't matter what your feet are doing. If you don't have a correct gauge of distance and when you can touch a guy, when he steps, I can touch a guy. I think above all else, like that's what kids got to understand when it comes to press. Don't watch YouTube and see guys line up off sides and think that's how you got to press. That's all I got to say.
Got to, and you and KYP, you got to know your personnel. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was saying, it depends all who you're going against. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Mm-hmm.
going against a Mike Evans this week, of course I'm a pure step kick step because I know he's a big body and he's not
Mm-hmm.
that fast off the line of scrimmage to where I can get hands on him. You know what I'm saying? I suppose if I'm going against Tyreek Hill this week and I know he likes to chatter at the line and give me stuff, I'm not gonna sit there and try to pure step with him. And if I miss, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? I know this week I'm gonna probably have to inch back a little bit and then get hands on him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's definitely about know your personnel, know who you're going against, and then know your abilities too, because only you know them. You know your weaknesses better than anyone. For me, I know I'm not the fastest dude in the world that's blazing speed. So yeah, my yard and a half might be a little different than yours, even though I'm longer than you. I just know where to place my body type.